Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A Hall of Famer has opened up about CM Punk's first match after his WWE return. He said the match was very special to him for a specific reason. Rey Mysterio is the latest to comment on CM Punk's WWE return. Punk walked out of the WWE in 2014 after his frustrations with the company reached a boiling point. Many people thought that the straight-edge superstar would never return to the sports entertainment juggernaut again since he stayed away from the ring for 7 years. He made his return to professional wrestling by debuting on AEW Rampage in 2021. However, he quickly started having problems with the Jacksonville-based promotion, which caused him to get terminated. A few months after his exit from AEW, Punk made his shocking return to WWE at Survivor Series 2023. His first match after his return was against Dominic Mysterio. Roots of Fight took to social media to post a video of Rey Mysterio, stating that when Punk left the WWE, he knew the straight-edge superstar would be back in the company. He further added that Punk's first match back in WWE was against Dominic Mysterio, which was very special to him. Considering that when the Second City Saint first left the company, Dom was just a kid. The fact that Punk trusted Dominic meant a lot to the Hall of Famer. Drew McIntyre is set to challenge Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. On the other hand, CM Punk will face off against Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. However, a former WWE writer believes there might be a problem for creative after Saturday night's main event. Speaking on Writing with Russo, Vince Russo said that WWE has booked itself into a corner since there are no credible opponents left if CM Punk and McIntyre win their respective matches. It will be interesting to see if CM Punk will be able to regain the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event. CM Punk's return to WWE remains one of the most emotional and defining moments in modern wrestling history. But it wasn't just the fans who felt something special that night. It was also deeply meaningful to one Hall of Famer who watched the moment unfold with immense pride and reflection. Punk's first match after returning wasn't just another wrestling bout. It symbolized resilience, redemption, and the enduring power of passion in an industry that often tests its stars to their limits. The Hall of Famer in question described Punk's first match back as very special for one major reason. It represented closure, rebirth, and the kind of storytelling that only professional wrestling can deliver. After nearly a decade away from the company, CM Punk's shocking return sent shockwaves across the wrestling world. From chants that echoed across arenas to genuine tears from fans who had long given up hope of seeing him back in a WWE ring. Punk's reemergence was a moment that reconnected generations of wrestling lovers. However, what many didn't realize was that his first match back had a deeper emotional layer that struck a chord with several legends, including the Hall of Famer who spoke passionately about what that night meant. During a recent interview, the Hall of Famer revealed that watching Punk step back into the squared circle for his first match, since returning wasn't just about nostalgia. It was about witnessing one of wrestling's most complex and misunderstood figures reclaim his legacy. According to the veteran, Punk's first match was special because it wasn't just about wins or losses. It was about emotion, storytelling, and the connection between performer and audience. When I watched that match, I didn't see CM Punk the controversial figure or the outspoken rebel, the Hall of Famer said. I saw a man who found his way back home, not just to WWE, but to himself. That's what made it special. That sentiment resonated with fans across the world, many of whom have followed Punk's roller coaster journey through the years. From his meteoric rise in the early 2010s to his shocking departure in 2014 and his complicated venture into MMA. When he returned, there were questions about whether he could still perform at the level he once did, whether the audience would accept him, and whether he still had the same fire that made him the best in the world. The Hall of Famer believes Punk answered all of those questions the moment the bell rang in his first match. He didn't have to do anything flashy, the veteran continued. It was the little things, the smirk, the pacing, the crowd interaction. You could feel that he was living in that moment, savoring every second of it. That first match, held under the bright lights of a WWE premium live event, felt like a full-circle moment not only for Punk, but for wrestling storytelling as a whole. It represented what makes wrestling unique: the ability to blur reality and fiction, to turn real-life struggles into compelling in-ring art. CM Punk has always been known for his authenticity, for being the voice of the voiceless, and for never shying away from conflict. But this time, it wasn't about rebellion. It was about gratitude. The Hall of Famer, who has known Punk since his early days on the independent circuit, admitted that seeing him in a WWE ring again brought back memories of how hard Punk fought to make it in the business. He came from nothing. He worked for every single ounce of respect he got, the Hall of Famer said. To see him stand in that ring again, hearing those fans chant his name, it was emotional. It wasn't just special for him. It was special for everyone who ever believed in him. What made the match even more impactful was how Punk carried himself afterward. There was no arrogance, no bitterness, just appreciation. He embraced the fans, thanked them, and acknowledged that he had missed the feeling of performing on the grandest stage of them all. The Hall of Famer noted that the crowd's energy that night was reminiscent of the old days, the kind of electricity that can't be scripted. You can't fake that kind of connection, they said. That's what makes wrestling magic. Punk's first match back reminded us that no matter how far someone drifts away, if they truly love this business, they'll find their way home. Since returning, Punk has gone on to deliver several memorable promos and moments, but that first match remains unmatched in emotional weight. It was the culmination of years of tension, longing, and unspoken stories between Punk and WWE. While fans celebrated the technical aspects of the match, the Hall of Famer's words highlighted the emotional depth that went beyond athleticism. When I watched him wrestle, I saw a man who finally made peace with his past, the legend added. And when a wrestler finds peace, that's when they can truly perform from the heart. The Hall of Famer emphasized that wrestling has always been about more than just moves and titles. It's about connection, redemption, and storytelling. CM Punk's first match back embodied all three. It was a chapter that only someone who's lived through the highs and lows of the industry could fully appreciate. In the months since, Punk's presence has revitalized locker rooms and inspired younger talent who grew up idolizing him. His comeback proved that second chances exist even in an industry where bridges often burn fast and bright. The Hall of Famer, now retired but still closely connected to the business, said that Punk's return reminded them why they fell in love with wrestling in the first place. We talk a lot about eras: the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, the PG Era. But moments like Punk's return transcend eras, they said. They remind you that wrestling isn't just about time periods. It's about human stories. CM Punk's journey back to WWE has indeed been filled with ups and downs, but his first match remains a shining example of what makes him one of the most captivating figures in the sport. To the Hall of Famer, it was very special, not just because of who Punk is, but because of what he represents: the embodiment of perseverance and authenticity in a business often dominated by spectacle. As WWE continues to evolve, Punk's return stands as a beacon of hope for those who've ever felt like their story was unfinished. His match was a message to the fans, to the locker room, and to himself, that no matter how long the journey, the ring will always be there waiting. The Hall of Famer's emotional reflection captures what words alone often fail to express: that wrestling, at its best, mirrors life itself. It's about falling, getting back up, and finding meaning in the struggle. For CM Punk, that first match wasn't just a comeback, it was a statement. And for the Hall of Famer who watched it all unfold, it was a reminder that true passion never fades. That night, they said softly, wasn't just about CM Punk. It was about every single one of us who ever dared to believe in a second chance. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.